This is the OUKITEL P2001 PLUS 2400-watt portable power station, and truth be told, it's been sitting right in front of me this whole time while I share my experience with it. With its rugged look, sturdy handles, smooth corners, and good weight to it, honestly, it feels like something built to keep going, even if you toss it in the back of your car or leave it in the garage for a while. When I saw the box and opened it, what stood out was how compact it seemed for such a heavy-duty power station, especially for something that claims 2048 EDU and up to 2400 watts output. You get a sense right away that this isn't your regular backup battery pack for your phone. This is on a whole other level. I bought my unit through a campaign, partly because the specs caught my eye. I did have some worries at first, mostly about battery life, speed of charging, and how easily it would fit with my outdoor lifestyle and my home backup needs. Mini generators aren't really new, but this was my first time dealing with something that promised both high wattage and portability. Full honesty, I'm not an expert on electrical setups, so for any new users listening, I totally get if you feel a bit nervous around terms like LiFePO4, or terms like BMS and inverter. I'll try to break it down a bit as I go. For those new to portable power stations, the 2048W here means you could run a device that pulls 1000 watts for about 2 hours, or less, depending on how much gear you're plugging in. As an example, if you wanted to run a mini fridge, charge your laptop, or plug in some LED lights during a power outage, you've got the capacity. The 2400 watt output is strong enough for things like a microwave, some small kitchen appliances, or even power tools, as long as you don't go over that number. That's basically what gives this thing its edge as a backup generator, whether you're at home during a storm, camping, or busy on a job site. Key features that I found helpful include all the different ports. You get 4 AC outlets, several USB-A and USB-C spots, a car-style plug, and DC outputs. It's the first time I didn't have to pick and choose what to charge or power. I've had units before with only 1 or 2 ports and a constant shuffle of cables. With this, I once kept my laptop, fan, phone, and even a small blender running at the same time, which is huge if you don't want to stop what you're doing just to rotate devices. It also comes with a 200-watt solar panel and the cables you need, which is a big plus if you want off-grid power for camping or emergencies. The instructions didn't confuse me too much, and everything paired up without much trouble. From my experience, the AC charging is fast. They say you can get to 80% in just an hour with a wall plug, and honestly, it was darn quick when I used it after running the station nearly empty. Combining solar and AC at once gets even faster, which could make a real difference during an outage or if you're in a hurry packing for a trip. The battery technology here, the LiFePO4, or lithium iron phosphate, was new for me. From what I gathered, it's basically a battery that's supposed to last a long time, even if you cycle and charge it a lot. That 3,500 plus life cycles number is impressive. So if you're worried about the power station dying on you after a year or two, this tech is much more reliable and safer compared to what old power banks used. The battery management system, or BMS, keeps an eye on temperature and voltage, so the battery isn't getting overheated or overcharged, which helps the lifespan and for someone who just wants things to keep working even if I forget about them for a while. I was also really interested in the UPS function before buying. For anyone not familiar, UPS means uninterruptible power supply, so if the main power cuts out, the OUKITEL takes over nearly instantly, 0.02 seconds, so your devices won't even really notice a hiccup. I tested this by hooking up a lamp and my computer. When I flipped the breaker to simulate a blackout, everything stayed on. It's a fantastic peace of mind feature, especially if you have work to save, medical gear running, or just don't want your fridge or router shutting off in a storm. Now, on the less flashy side, there are some things I learned that you need to keep in mind. The fan inside is pretty noticeable. When you're charging up or using the inverter for anything serious, it's running, so you'll get a steady hum. It's not a deal breaker for me. I'd rather have the fan than overheating, but if you're hoping to keep things whisper quiet next to your bed or in a silent cabin, it will stand out. Another thing is the overall weight. They do claim it's lighter than other products of the same capacity, and for its kind, it really is portable, but you're still picking up over 47 pounds. If mobility is your top priority, you might want to consider this. It's great if you can roll or carry it short distances, but you won't want to haul it miles on foot. The mobile app feature was a neat addition for me. Through Bluetooth, you're able to control the station remotely and check battery levels, input-output numbers, or change some settings. To be honest, I prefer old school buttons, but the added control from my phone was handy when I had the unit running in the backyard and wanted to keep track from inside. It took me a little time to get used to the menu, so if you're not super comfortable with tech, you might need a minute or two to figure everything out. As for long-term use, my experience has been mostly positive, with some real highlights and a couple of honest struggles. It holds a charge well if you store it with some juice left, and I've not noticed any sudden drops or weird shutdowns. Living where storms happen often, power cuts are just part of the routine now. Since getting the OUKITEL P2001 PLUS, I don't worry as much about my essentials. My fridge, modem, a couple of lights, and sometimes my phone are always plugged in when I know a storm is coming. During camping, I used it to power up a mini projector for a fun outdoor movie night and had plenty left for phones and a fan. I will say one thing I'm still watching closely is customer service. I haven't needed to file a warranty claim yet, but I have seen stories online about support being slow or unresponsive. This is probably my biggest reservation. If you're someone who expects quick fixes from the brand, if something's wrong, it may not always be as fast as you'd hope. I really wanted the 5-year warranty for peace of mind, and fingers crossed, I don't have to use it. In my opinion, it's perfect for anyone looking for a reliable source of portable energy during blackouts, or if you're the kind of person who loves camping and wants to bring a bit of comfort, like lights, electronics, or cooking appliances, along without worrying about noisy gas generators or tangled extension cords. For home office users or families needing to keep stuff running during storms, it's a strong piece of insurance. The quick recharge, high output, and smart battery tech make it feel worth the investment. I'd recommend this for small business owners who need backup power for their setup, campers who want more than the basics, or people living in areas with unreliable electricity. From my experience, the OUKITEL P2001 PLUS is honestly the most complete package I've used so far in terms of what I need. Quiet, sturdy, flexible, and powerful. It's not perfect. The fan noise and the app complexity could be better. Mobility could be a bit lighter. But the peace of mind, especially knowing my essentials are covered in an outage, is a huge plus. In conclusion, for its high capacity, speedy recharge, lots of outlets, and tough build, I think this unit is both practical and reliable. It's become a staple for my backup power needs, both in the home and outdoors. Please check the comments section for detailed information about the OUKITEL P2001 PLUS 2400 watt portable power station. Thank you for watching.